the new Vedic Astrology beginners course.
Okay. So the first thing Okay, so the first thing we have to highlight here is the fact that, of course, it was there even in the previous beginner courses and classes, and most of us are actually still ongoing in our research and our training. But for those who are joining and associating for the first time with our Guruji's classes, the first thing is you have to understand what is the vision that drives our Guruji's classes and Guruji himself. And as you can see here, it is to inspire spiritual awakening through ancient wisdom, and the wisdom is coming from the Vedic Maharishis. There are 18 Maharishis, you'll come to know more about them later. And we are going to use their wisdom to empower modern lives, because there are a lot of things that were prevalent in those times, and now a lot of things have changed. So because of the experience that Guruji has garnered over the period of around 25 to 30 years of practice and uh, as a practitioner of astrology, so we are having a lot of clarity, and we are having a lot of pinpointed direction towards what we need to learn and what we need to postpone for the time being, because it's a very vast topic. And the vision here, the mission here is to train people who are very sincere, and most of the time it will be relevant only to Vedic astrology. We will not be diverting or talking about Western astrology, which is a totally different subject altogether. So this is the vision and this is the mission of the classes, not just the beginner, but also the INTR, which is the intermediate level. I'm going to come to that later. And the course overview, somebody had asked what were the details of the course. So there will be 17 interactive sessions with Guruji. The duration of the session will be 2 hours, where there will be a fixed allotted time where nobody will be allowed to unmute and speak. Guruji will be talking about the subject matter. At times when he's going to pose a question, you'll be allowed to unmute and ask your questions. But those questions, there will be a time frame for the questions to be asked. So please make a note of any question that you have. And when Guruji has allotted the time or asked you or given you the permission to speak, you can clear those doubts on that very session, in that very session. And apart from that, you'll have lifetime access to most of the recorded videos. Of course, it's on Zoom, so even mobile can be used to join the sessions. So this is a convenient thing. Another important small change that we have been enrolling, or we've been adding into our last 3 beginner classes, is that you are going to get engaged with experts and senior astrologers. Gautam will be there, Manoj Chakravarti will be there, myself, and I think one more person is going to be a part of that. So we'll be taking care of any doubts or any important points that you might have, and which Guruji may not be in a position to at that time, at that moment, to clear. So we will be chipping in and we'll be clearing the doubts in those occasions. Of course, with whatever we learned from Guruji, all the credit goes to the Maharishis and to Guruji, who has been guiding us through his experience. So it will be like, it is not like a one-man show. It will be a team that's going to be guiding the classes, but Guruji will be the prime engine of the vehicle. So the revision sessions will be guided, and the special sessions are being planned for those students who want to have an additional sneak peek into what is happening in the life of an advanced astrologer. And there will be live sessions also. I think if many people are aware that we have Friday special sessions and Sunday super special sessions, where people ask doubts, or we ask doubts as a questionnaire. We ask questions and you get to answer the questions to the best of your abilities. On top of that, there will be a discussion group in WhatsApp, most likely. We are also thinking about Telegram. So a discussion group which will be to help for you guys to help each other. Okay, we'll be just monitoring the session, but the group, but the discussion will be totally between you, as because I think you are all not at the same level. All of you are at different levels in Jyotish, and there are someone who will start at the rock bottom, and there are some who are already like 2 or 3 years into Jyotisha, but they still have joined because they want to take a formal training. So that group will be there to help each other to form a bond, and hopefully that entire group will be lifted up by your enlightening discussions. And now the question is, who can join? So basically, we are starting with an empty slate, and if you are coming with an empty slate, you are all the more welcome. And that is what I too prefer, because when I joined, I was not ever told anything about astrology. Nothing was known to me, and whatever I had was only hearsay. And later on, I had to garner a lot of courage to ask questions, and that is the reason why I feel very sympathetic to the young learners who are coming on to the forum and wanting to learn things. So the guidance will definitely be provided. No prior experience is needed. So this is absolutely perfect for beginners. Language, of course, by now you're aware that English is the main medium of language. Those who are coming from South India, especially from Tamil Nadu, you will be, of course, in case if you're not familiar or not comfortable with English, you can ask your questions in Tamil, but then the translation and the answers will come in English. And who is eligible to learn? Of course, anyone who is motivated to learn about Vedic astrology deeply. The word here is deeply. Superficially, if you're going to come, it's going to be a time waste for you as well as for the Guru. Okay. So please come with conviction and with great focus. Because we have here the end result, as Guruji just mentioned, the point is not to become professional, super powerful astrologers, but just to learn this science and understand the working of karma. Basically, astrology equals karma. So that is the equation here. Very simple, like E is equal to MC square. And now we come to the point where people definitely will want to know what is the benefit of learning astrology. So this is, as I told you, I annulled my previous statement is that there will be no expectations. But then you also need to know which direction you're going. So the point is that you will be definitely getting the certificate at the end of the session once you finish the course. And once Guruji is convinced that you have mastered at least 70 to 80% of what has been taught, then you will be eligible to get the certificate. And most importantly, you will also be having the recordings given to you, which you can access while the classes are going on. And even after the classes have culminated or ended, you will still have the access to the recordings to pursue them at your leisure. But I will suggest not to do that, because out of experience and also out of observation, I've seen that when you're going to postpone watching the session, or when you're going to you think that you can watch the recording later, let me not attend the session, then you'll be missing out on something known as the energy field. Okay, so be a part of the live sessions whenever possible. Try not to miss a single session. Please be on time, and please note one more important point. Today also I noticed it, that if the session is not starting on time, don't panic. It will definitely start plus or minus 5 minutes. The buffer time is 5 minutes. It won't exceed beyond that. And if there's some reason, some delay happening, it will be mentioned in the WhatsApp group that there's a slight delay. Please bear with us. So regarding this course benefits, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of things that you will be understanding. What I've given is just a small glimpse of what you can expect. And now, what is the layout of the session? Of course, by now the intro sessions are over, the icebreaker sessions are over. All of you know each other to a certain extent. You'll be getting to know further during the sessions. You will know that someone is ahead of you, and you will know someone is lagging behind you. So make sure that all of you are walking, holding each other's hands, figuratively speaking. The main lectures, of course, are 17 sessions of 2-hour durations, which equals around 34 hours of great classes or lessons. And please be ready with a notebook and a pencil to note down the points, because when Guruji speaks, he's going to speak from his subconscious mind. There'll be a lot of things which are going to come out. He is not a teacher who refers to books while teaching. Of course, the important rules will be referred to, but there's a lot of wisdom coming out of Guruji's talks that if you miss the moment and if you miss to note it down, it will be lost in the endless hours of video files, and it will be a tough job for you to peruse all of them again and to find that point that was mentioned by Guruji. So out of experience, I'm saying, like for example, today he gave a small snippet. I don't know if people were aware of it or not. He said if there is a problem with indigestion, then you can be pretty sure that Rahu Ketu will be in 2/8 axis. So like that, there are many small nuggets of wisdom which he has taken from multiple sources. And on top of that, it is coming from his observations, not just the books, mind you. Okay. So with that experience behind him, whenever he says something, please make a note of this. This is my personal humble request to you. Main lectures, of course, you know that it's 17 sessions. And of course, the question and answer and revision sessions are being planned by Gautam and me. So there will be some important multiple choice questions or tests that will be asked while halfway through, and we'll make it as a fun, interactive way to understand where you are in your progress, okay, in your learning. And here comes the grand finale. What happens when you complete the session? Because I'll tell you again from experience, and this can be vouched by the earlier batchmates of mine and also the other senior astrologers, that once the classes are over, once you reach the 17th session, you will be crying. Why? Because you don't want to let go of the classes, you don't want to let go of the person who has led you patiently to that point, and then suddenly you will feel that, okay, you're left alone. Don't worry, we have things planned for you. And that is the level 2 course, which is only given to those who are showing a lot of dedication and who are also ready to do further hard work and research. So those students who study and practice regularly get into the level 2 of Jyotisha course. Okay, it's not about you just paying the fees and joining the class. You also have to have that aptitude and that dedication. So that there will be a filtering there, and not everybody will be reaching that place. But if everybody does, I'll be the happiest person, because you will have a lot of exploration to do. Okay, and exploration is what humans are meant for. That is the sense that God has provided us. We need to explore the world around us, and exploring this Vedic tradition, we've been given a chance. We don't know in which lifetime in the future again you're going to get this. But once you're in this, it's a guarantee that this is not a single lifetime learning. It takes multiple lifetimes. And if all of you have met at this moment, it means that destiny was meant to be this way, to meet this person called Sri E.K. Dhilip Kumar, and to be under his tutelage and to get his wisdom and knowledge. Not everybody can get that. I can assure you, because I've spoken to many students and many people, and some of them I tried to convince my own family members to join, but they were like dilly-dallying. And that is when Guruji told me, don't tell them anything. Just inform them and leave it. That's all. If they want to join, let them join. Otherwise, don't force anyone. I mean, out of my own self-interest, because I know what value this course holds for me. And once you're in, trust me, there's no going out. Okay. So, and apart from this, I think the small introduction, let me take 1 more minute of your time. You may already have heard about him, and you're going to hear a lot about him in the classes. Most importantly, he speaks from his heart, he speaks from his subconscious. So when he speaks, you'll be mesmerized. When he speaks, something inside you will resonate, and then you will say, okay, this is a very poignant moment during the class. There will be many such moments. Please be aware that he is not a run-of-the-mill teacher. He is a teacher who really wants you to learn, and there'll be no spoon feeding apart from what he talks in the class. So if there's any doubt or any questions, he doesn't respond immediately, don't feel bad about it. It's because he wants you to do a little bit of self-study and then come back with the question. Right. And these details, I think it's already there on the website, the course fees and how to enroll and all that. You can go to the website astrologyekedk.com, and there will be a banner popping up, or you can also click on the relevant button to join the class. Yeah. So register, attend the sessions, join the community, and be a part of this tradition. I'll be hoping to see you all in the classes, and I've been attending all his BGNR classes from the time I finished my BGNR. Once a student, always a student of Guruji. So he won't let you off easily unless you forget him. That's different, but he will not forget you.
So Kishorji, I have a question. I attended the BGNR 8. I would like to register for BGNR 9 also. Would I have to re-register and pay the entire course fee for BGNR 9?
Maybe, Kishorji, I'll ask Gautam to work out on some discount for those who already joined the course before.
If it comes from you, it's all right.
Yeah. I'll definitely give them a discount. Okay.
That
It just shows that they're so eager to join. But the thing is that in every class, every new batch, I don't repeat the same thing like what I
exactly.
I keep changing examples. I keep changing the situations. But of course, you have the backbone always there. Some of them are, I don't create the entire content on like a PowerPoint presentation. I have only just the skeleton. But after that, I speak as an, how the interaction happens. And on that day, I feel like talking about these things. So no two classes will be like the same.
Exactly.
Yes,
Because
Guruji, that's why I'm interested so much
at that
in joining
moment,
all over again. Yeah.
yeah.
because the
much.
examples I'll pull up each time, the way I look at it, it'll be just to keep you, like I told you, to keep you at the edge of the seat.
Exactly.
I mean, it just naturally comes to me because uh, more than anyone else, I'm basically, addicted to this kind of, uh, the way I look at life. Uh, like for me, it's a wonderful opportunity to understand karma. And when you understand karma, life gets serious. Otherwise, you just say, always one says, like at least in India, you would have said, or maybe it is also a philosophy of the world. Anyway, we are all going to die. So do whatever you want. Okay. This is one way of, looking at it. Yeah. Astrology is assured of recognition from psychology without further restrictions because astrology, oh, okay, Carl Jung represents a summation of all the psychological knowledge of antiquity. Carl Jung is a Swiss psychiatrist. Okay. And he coined a term called synchronicity. Unknown to him, the idea of synchronicity was used by the rishis for thousands of years. But he actually discovered it. A very interesting point. And Carl Jung was not, you know, uh, like a typical astrologer also, but he recognized astrology as a potential, okay, for understanding human life. Because in our blind chart reading, Kishorji, Gautam, and so many others have, let's say, for example, uh, taken the horoscope of serial killer, a very, very notorious serial killer, not even revealing who that person is. No clues at all. But by the time the class is over, everybody is saying something is wrong with this guy. Something is terribly wrong with this guy. He can be like this, he can be like that. And only then after we tell he's a serial killer of the first, first level, then, oh, now it all makes sense. So this is something very interesting that when you can explain human life like this, then it proves karma, and then it also gives you responsibility that right now you're living this life, you're creating your next life karma. You're creating the next life environment. So be very careful about it. Where would you like to be born? Like when you're in school, which college would you like to join? Are you working towards it, or are you going to be careless? Let let it lead wherever it wants to lead. Not so serious about it. It'll obviously lead you into the worst, the most miserable situations. If you fail, then it is more horrible, right? Oh, you got more. Okay. Anyone can be a millionaire, but to become a billionaire, you need an astrologer. Oh, because JP Morgan and all these people used the logics of nakshatra counting method. The second star, the fourth, the sixth, eighth, and ninth stars are very, advantageous for those who want to create wealth. So they used all this. Okay. Varamira. There is no better boat than a horoscope to help a man cross over the sea of life. Sometimes astrology can be so much psychology and philosophy also. Don't worry, Dasha is not going to last forever. Sadesati is not going to last forever. At least you know when it is going to end. There is something worth, waiting for. And sometimes you feel that it's just psychological. It's not psychological, it's real. So it's so useful in our times. If you want to improve upon this statement, a physician without a knowledge of astrology has no right to call himself a physician. Hippocrates is considered the father of medicine. There's another line coming from him. He says, without reading the horoscope, don't start treatment.
Yeah.
And how many times we have pinpointed the disease? So many times I've done it in my personal life. I make astrology diary, which we supply to Apollo Hospital for years, for nearly 25 years. This year we gave about 9,000 astrology diaries to 9,000 doctors. So astrology is very convincing. Okay. Something that an intelligent mind cannot ignore because they'll somehow sense that there's something in it. Okay.
And this example, while we were talking, and Malika ji, who is also the previous BSNR student, wants to rejoin again, just goes to prove whatever I've been talking about the class, So just wanted to bring that shout out to Malika ji.
Yeah. So
Once you enroll as a student, you would want to be in that journey, and I hope that Guruji will also accept your requests and do.
surely, I'll take care of that. I I request Gautam to handle that, so he will take care of it. So the classes will be on Saturdays only, and in case in the rare situation that I'm not available on that any particular Saturday, you will be informed prior so that you can have some other things to do. But otherwise, it will be like Kishorji and Gautam and everybody. They'll set up a discussion session. So somehow you will be engaged. So it's like you can always be expecting a class. Okay. On Saturday at 7:30. Every 7:30. So you might actually have more than 17 sessions if you include the discussion sessions also. And I've also informed Gautam to invite you for the Friday sessions just in case you're very enthusiastic. Manoj, welcome. Only now I saw you.
Yeah, I was about to inform you.
Okay. Manoj Chakravarti is a I call him temple expert because any doubts I have about temples, I only ask him. And he's also an expert in Parashari ways of doing the remedies. He's got a wonderful team. Um, so even for my son, I got a very big remedy done through his contacts. So he's also an astrologer at he has done the intermediate course also. So we are all in this activity of always doing something about astrology. We just can't be without it. Okay. So we hope that and whatever Kishorji just revealed through the slideshow was wonderful. I never expected it at all. It came as a surprise. Pleasant surprise. And I didn't expect Guna Sitaraman, a senior astrologer, to be amongst us. So thank you, everyone. And I don't know who's going to be the best student of this batch. Okay. Uh, can you guess?
We can inform you after the 17 sessions are over.
Okay.
Out of time.
But when it is over, when it is over, and if you actually find out who is the best amongst all of the students who joined, I will prove it to you why that person was the best.
Somebody has pinned it as Krishna. Who's Krishna?
So I want to tell you a very interesting aspect. When it comes to astrology, it is Lord Shiva who is the number one astrologer. In Tamil Nadu, we have many Nadi leaves, Tamil classical astrology books, which is basically discussion between sages and Lord Shiva. So if any Shiva Bhakta tells you that he doesn't believe in astrology, you please correct him saying your God is the best astrologer in the world. Okay? Fine. Shall we end the session as it's already like how much? 1 hour and 45 minutes. See, sometimes the class may get extended beyond 2 hours. Okay. So it's just because of the momentum. Manoj wants to say something. But Manoj, don't frighten anyone because I know you're going to say something that would frighten them. Okay.
No, most of the classes will go only beyond 2 hours. Nothing will be shorter than 2 hours.
Yeah, but they'll find this, some of them may not welcome it because they have some other appointment after that.
No, sir, it's not a problem, sir. The thing is, we wanted the session to be going for 3 hours also. That is how interesting the sessions will be.
Yeah, it'll be there, but in case you can always drop out at the end of the 2 hour and you can watch it at leisure because anyway, the recording will be available only to the students. Okay. So Gautam will arrange for all that. Interestingly, Gautam is also basically a programmer also. He's taking care of my website. He has reduced my burden to a very good extent. Okay. Do you know why Sri Krishna used to regularly go to Sahadeva for consulting the horoscopes? Anyone?
I don't want to answer that, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, anyone in the class? Oh, question paper leaked. Huh? Suchitra Menon says to set an example. Wonderful. That was a fantastic answer, Suchitra. To set an example.
Not just Krishna, Lord Krishna, but also the entire past, the kings, the royal dynasty people. Whenever there was a birth or marriage to be done, they would consult the astrologers.
Correct.
Especially when I was in Jodhpur, I had been to this Mehrangarh fort. There's a story there and a lot of inscriptions in the walls. And most of the time, the what I understood is that they were using Jyotisha and concepts to fix the muhurtas for certain events.
Okay. What is the name of the Murta that Sri Krishna used to kill some of his most formidable enemies?
I think Gautam should be aware of it.
Ritesh is answering.
Yeah, he answered.
Yeah,
Oh, Abhijit. Okay, very good. Congratulations, Ritesh. It looks like at this rate you will be the best student of the batch. Okay. See, also, you will soon understand that astrology is so much astronomy. Okay, that will be another new way, I mean, a new angle to your life. When you look up into the night sky won't be the same after going through this class. Okay, you will find a lot of interesting things. If you understand what we do in session 2 and 3, by just looking at the sun's position, you can tell the lagna, the rising sign at the time, at any time. And if you look at certain positions of maybe stars, at what angles they are, even in the night, you can tell what ascendant it is right now. Okay, so just even if you get it wrong, no problem, but try to understand the sky vis-a-vis the horoscope. Suppose you look at a software and you notice that Jupiter is with the moon in the computer output. Okay, you see both of them are together. And then if you go up to the to the terrace to see the night sky, you will actually see moon and Jupiter together, which means your horoscope is actually a photograph of the sky when you are born. Doesn't it make astrology very interesting? Okay.
Right now it is Dhanur Lagna, sir.
No. That's okay. But look at the sky and tell what is the what could be the. You can also use initially a software to find where Capricorn is, where Aquarius is, where Pisces is, and so on. So if you get used to it and then watch these star patterns, you will never forget it. Okay, so the point is, after how many days? Like maybe 5 days from today, you will see Jupiter and the moon together. Also, when in this season, during the month of December, plus or minus 2 months this side and that side, you will see Jupiter very bright in the sky, because Jupiter will be retrograde. So these are the things that should make astrology so interesting. So what really happens during an eclipse? Okay, which planet will line up against which one? So just get used to this. See, Sumitra says that he was the greatest astrologer. No, he's not an astrologer. He is the all-knowing. You can't even call him, as an astrologer. These people are the knower of times. He even says, "I am time." So you can't even call him an astrologer. He's beyond all that, at a different level. What today people are talking about quantum physics and so on. So Oh, okay, okay. Sahadev. Okay. I'm sorry. You were talking about Sahadev. Okay. Fine. But
Yeah.
astrologers do have limitations. They will not know everything, like how Sri Krishna would know everything, like how Shiva would know everything, how Buddha would know everything, how Mahavir would have known everything. That to that level, an astrologer cannot know, because there is something about a gray area in astrology where like what you did with what you got will change. So based upon your knowledge, your free will, vis-a-vis the planetary, whatever karmas you brought forward, things will also respond. So we really can't calculate to that extent. Okay. Whereas yogis can do it beyond us. Okay. So please understand that. But this is the closest we can get to the truth about human life. Okay. So saying all this, we now thank all the participants, students, and teachers for having come here today, and we look forward to the coming Saturday. Okay. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, everyone.
Kishorji, do you notice 26 people are there in the participants?
Yeah, I noticed it. I was about to say that, then I thought, okay, since the class is winding up, and
Okay.
it's Saturday today.
Okay. Fine. Shall I end the meeting?
Yes, Guruji.